Hi, it's Sarah from Sarah's Cozy Kitchen, and I am doing a recreation of a viral TikTok video. Now I have no idea how this is going to turn out, so I'm starting my video with never making this before, and we're going to give it a try and see what it feels like. It's called Candied Cranberries. So you have to start it at night. So you take a full thing of fresh cranberries, which are plentiful right now. Open it up. Dump it in a dish like this. Okay, layer them out like this. Okay, you take orange juice. Whoops. Oh, there it went. That always happens. Something always happens in my kitchen. Okay, and then you dump orange juice over the top. Like that, till they're all covered. Okay, this sits in the refrigerator all night long, and then I will get up in the morning and I'm going to bake them on a cookie tray, drain the orange juice, bake them on a cookie tray at 200 degrees for about 5 minutes, and then I roll them in powdered sugar. It's called Candied Cranberries, and they're supposed to be really, really good. So this is gonna be very, very interesting to see how this works. But, so it's a full thing of cranberries. I used about 1.5 cups of orange juice, put them in a pan so that they're all completely covered, and they're gonna soak in this overnight, and then we'll see what it looks like in the morning. I can't wait to show you. Okay, so now we're gonna finish up the viral candied cranberries. So I've got the oven set to 200 degrees. And this has been sitting all night in the orange juice. So now you take a strainer and we're gonna strain off the orange juice. Like that. Okay, and then we're gonna grab a pan. So oven at 200. Okay, so I have a pan. So this is super simple. Okay, so then take your cranberries and lay them out on a pan. Like that. Okay, we're gonna put them in the oven for 200 degrees for 5 minutes. And then we're gonna roll them in powdered sugar, and then we'll see what they taste like. Just enough to dry out the cranberries is basically what we're doing. I think it's just enough to dry off the cranberries without sucking the juice, that's the sugar from the orange juice that's been in the fridge all night. So anyway, we'll see what it looks like in 5 minutes. Okay, 200 degrees, 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, we're gonna put them in a bowl. Come on. They smell good. Smell like, I guess the combination of the orange juice and the cranberries is gonna be good, I think. All right, now it says coat them in powdered sugar. And I know I have a different sweater on. I'm getting ready to go to work, and I did not like the sweater I had on. Okay. Coat them in powdered sugar. I just dumped some in, I don't know how many. It needs more than that. I probably did 1/2 cup. I'm gonna do another 1/2 cup. We can call these candied cranberries. I don't think they really have a name. All right. Okay, so this is what they look like when they're done. Let me try one. Oh, they are actually really good. Oh, yeah. Yep, I'll definitely post this recipe. These are really, really good. Again, I did not come up with this recipe. I saw it on TikTok, so I thought I would try it. So I can't take any credit. Oh, those are good. Oh my gosh, yum. Okay, I'm gonna post this recipe. This would be an awesome appetizer at Christmas time if you love cranberries. You're gonna, whoopsie, sorry. You're gonna love this recipe. I'll get it posted for you. Thanks for watching and seeing my TikTok video. Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, we are making my favorite Christmas cookie. This is my mom's recipe, and it is Haystacks. Haystacks, it's 4 ingredients. It's super easy. It's no bake. You use the microwave, and you have these super really good crunchy and salty chocolatey butterscotch cookies. Now these are perfect for cookie platter, and also cookie, just you can put them in the freezer and take them out just as needed. Obviously I'm making these extremely early, and they're going to be in the freezer. So what you need is you need chow mein noodles, you need cocktail peanuts with salt, milk chocolate morsels, butterscotch baking chips, and parchment paper, because the parchment paper needs to be on a cookie tray. So we have that all ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're using the microwave because this is no bake. If you have a double boiler, you can do this too, but I find it's just as easy in the microwave. So I'm going to take 1 cup of butterscotch chips, and I might have to sneak one because I love anything butterscotch. And then 1 cup of milk chocolate. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put that in. These are so easy, even kids can do these. Then I'm gonna put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna stir. Okay, while that's going, we're gonna get our chow mein noodles ready, and we're going to use about 3 ounces out of this 5-ounce container. And then we're gonna add about a cup of peanuts. So we'll get those all ready to go. Like I said, this is my #1 Christmas cookie. Out of all the cookies I make, this is the first thing I would grab off of the cookie platter. And these go fast. Okay, they're not going to be melted yet, but we're going to stir them together. Oh, sorry. My labs. No, you guys, nobody's here. No. Good thing you can't pick them up on the microphone. Okay, 30 more seconds. And I am by the milk chocolate morsels from Aldi's. The butterscotch ones I got at Walmart because I was at Walmart. And I wasn't sure if Aldi's had their butterscotch in yet. But I got them at Walmart. So I'll link everything where I got it from Walmart too. People are really liking that LTK link. And that links to a shopping cart at Walmart, which puts all the stuff in your cart if you need it. This time of the year, it's anything that makes life easier, right? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. You guys, 30 more seconds. I'll probably have to do this 4 times. If you watch my other channels, you'll see Old Granny and Sam Dog on a lot of them, but that's who's barking in the background. Usually they sit on the rug and watch me bake. 30 more seconds. And then the next cookie I'm going to make are chocolate crinkle cookies. Those are one of my second favorite one that I probably grab off the cookie platter. Okay, so that's what we needed. We did it 4 times at 30 seconds. It's completely melted. Okay, now we are going to add about 2/3 of this can. This is what makes the haystacks. And about, I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup of cocktail peanuts. We'll mix those all together. And these are just like, remind me of my childhood. My mom still makes these to this day. Actually, that's where I got the recipe from. Okay, so then you want to set that off to the side. Grab your cookie sheet with the parchment, and you should probably shut my microwave. Okay, now we're going to just drop them into like dollops. Basically, you're making a haystack like that. Just like on the farm, the haystacks. It's a little messy, so feel free to lick your fingers. That one's kind of big. So, you just kind of like want to form them up. And then when we were kids, my mom would put these out on the like porch to cool off. I'm going to put mine in the freezer because I live out in the country, and I will have a raccoon or a mouse or a bear or something eat my haystacks. And I'm making them pretty generous. You can make them a little bit smaller if you're doing a cookie exchange and don't need as many. Okay, and now I'm going to put these in the freezer for about 15 minutes to form. Actually, this one's huge, so you can manipulate them until you put them in the freezer like that. Perfect. So I'm going to put them in the freezer now, or a refrigerator, or if it's freezing cold outside, you could set them on your back porch picnic table just until they form, and then they are good to go. And I actually store these in these containers. I just got these from Walmart. They're Good Cook ones. They have the nice lids, and then I will store them until Christmas time. But if it's close to Christmas, you can eat them. But that is my recipe for haystacks. Super duper easy. Kids can make them. Get your kids involved in the kitchen. They love it. My girls are at college, and they both spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So anyway, that was my recipe. I hope you enjoyed them. Hi, this is Sarah. I have a super easy, fun recipe that even kids can do using mini Nilla vanilla wafers. So how many of you remember when you were kids, we lived off of these things? I don't think I've probably bought them since I was in my 20s. And I don't think I ever bought these for my kids either, but I have this recipe from my grandma. So this is in my grandma's recipes. She passed away about 10 years ago, and I was digging through her recipe box and found this, and it looked so good and so easy for Christmas. So I'm just gonna do it for you on video. So I'm just gonna make 10 of these. You can make as many as you need. Super easy. So you need 10. They're like little Twix sandwiches, and we are going to dip them in chocolate so that they're covered in chocolate. Okay, so I'm gonna do 10. So, they have the flat side. So you wanna lay the flat side down, and then you're gonna take Rollos. Okay, oh, and also preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And there is a very specific amount of time we're gonna bake these for, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put a Twix, not Twix, we're making Twix, but a Rollo on the top of each one of these. So I'm just doing 10. You can do as many as you need. These are really fun on cookie trays, or if you have like a work event or you need something fun or unique. These are just super fun, and people just really won't believe what they're biting into because you got the chocolate and the caramel wrapped with these vanilla wafers. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good. I should have bought the unwrapped ones, but I already had the regular ones from my other Rollo recipe, so I'm not gonna redo it. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'm gonna go do a little bit of Christmas shopping. We live in a pretty small town in northern Minnesota, but I try to shop local first. just because to support the small businesses in our town. But I obviously can't get everything I need for Christmas for my young adult children off of there. So I did find some really cute stoneware mixing bowls off of Magnolia. It's not the Target collection. It's actually from their collection that's on the internet. And I'm gonna order a few of those in. I hope my kids aren't watching this because I just gave away one of their Christmas presents. But I have one daughter that is just establishing her kitchen in her apartment, and my other one's in a dorm, so she doesn't need any of that yet. But we're gonna try to add to a stoneware collection every year, something a little different. Okay, these look like Santa hats really right now. Okay, I need to get that to 300 degrees, so I've got it at 217. So these only cook for 90 seconds because we're not trying to completely melt the chocolate. We're just trying to get it enough that we can press it down, because these are gonna have, we'll need 10 more of these for the top. I'm gonna have a whole box of crackers I gotta figure out what to do with. Okay, so we'll need 10 more of these for the top. There's a few broken ones in there. We don't want those. Okay, so we're trying to get to 300 degrees. So my grandma did not have a recipe. I say a lot now that I'm thinking about it. Didn't have a name really on this recipe besides Rollo Nilla dipped cookies, but I think that's kind of a strange name, so I'm gonna try to come up with a name for it for YouTube, but then nobody will be able to search up and nobody will know what it is. So we'll have to do something with Rollo in the name. If you didn't want Rollos, the other thing I was thinking that would be really good in these would be those little Andes mints. If you're looking for like a mint one, I was gonna pick some of those up at the store today, but when I went, they didn't have anything small enough that would fit on these little crackers in mints. So I'm gonna try to think about that, but I kind of feel like that would be a really fun thing too. Okay, we're getting there. We're at 2:57. So while we're waiting for that, this is the stuff I made today. You might want to check out my website or my YouTube. This is a cinnamon swirl banana bread. This was fantastic. I ate the end piece. That's why the end is off there. Some of those are going to some neighbors this afternoon because I cannot keep all of this food. I also did these last night. So these are the Rollo turtles, and then these are the reindeer noses. These are super fun. You get sweet and salty and chocolatey, yum. And then this was candy bar bark. So this is fantastic with the pretzels. This is not my crack recipe. This is another one. I haven't posted it yet, but this is going to be out on my YouTube channel probably tonight, maybe tomorrow on that. So we've been busy in the kitchen this morning. And then next I'm making cheesecake balls. So lots going on here this morning. Okay, almost to 300. Anyway, those stoneware bowls I was talking about, this is what reminded me of it. I picked this up at a thrift store. It's a Magnolia stoneware. They don't make this one anymore, but that's what got me thinking that the Magnolia stoneware collection looked amazing for gifts. So I'm gonna definitely check that out. When I get them in the mail, I'll do a little review video on them. I just hope my kids aren't watching this particular one so they don't know what they're getting. Okay, we're at 300. So it's going in for 90 seconds. I'm gonna keep the camera rolling. It's only 90 seconds. Okay, and you probably wanna, I put them on parchment paper. You probably don't have to put them on parchment paper, but I'm gonna have to dip them in chocolate anyway as soon as they're done. So I think we'll probably just leave them on the parchment because then I'm gonna melt them. I have two different kinds of wax melts. I have the Ghirardelli, which is obviously the premium chocolate. And then I also have the Aldi's chocolate melts, or you could use chocolate chips. I just have the melts, so I'm gonna go use those for the top of these. I'm hoping that, I don't know if I should try the Ghirardelli or the Aldi one. Aldi's chocolate has been fantastic this year on all the stuff that I've used. So I don't know if you have an Aldi's by you, but I just have such good luck with Aldi. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my counter while we're waiting. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left, so just hang with me. I'm gonna show you how to do the top. It takes more time to edit out a minute than it does to do anything else, so. Okay, so look at that. Okay, we have 1 minute left. I just think these are the cutest little things ever. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with the rest of the 300 of them that are in here or something. But I'm sure we can figure out something to do with these. I don't like to waste food, so I'll probably come up with another recipe for these. Maybe like a cheese, this would be good on the bottom of a cheesecake or something like that. Okay. Oh, I set my time, okay, so I already messed up. I set my timer for 1 hour and 28 minutes, so they are probably done. Check. Yep. Yum. Okay, so I had one that tipped over. So I'm gonna get a fork. I wasn't very clean with that. Okay, so yes, 90 seconds is all you need. Okay, sorry, I had one actually two that tipped over, so you gotta be kind of careful. Okay, so now, I have to lick my finger. Take the top and just lightly press down on them to make little sandwiches. Just enough to make a little sandwich. "90 seconds is plenty." I know I just licked my finger. I can't help it. It's chocolate. And I had one that tipped over completely. Who doesn't like a Rollo? Yum. Okay, so a little messy just because I did that. Okay, so we have our little patty like this. It actually looks like a hamburger, like a chocolate hamburger. So I'm gonna show you up close. So they need to cool. So they look like that. So I'm gonna leave them cool until the chocolate hardens. Keep licking my fingers. And then we are going to dip them in chocolate as soon as they cool. But I'm not gonna keep you on this while we're waiting for that to happen. So I'm gonna let those cool and then I will show you how we dip them. That's hot, I shouldn't have put it there. When they are done. All right, well that was how you make them, and then we'll be back with how to dip them in a few minutes. Okay, so these have been in the fridge and they are ready to coat. That little Nilla wafer Rollo cookie things. All right, so now I melted the Ghirardelli, I went with the Ghirardelli milk chocolate into a dry container. So I did those in the microwave for the 30 seconds, and then it took me another 30 seconds, 25 seconds to get it all melted down. Okay, so I didn't want you to sit and wait for me for the microwave because I just had somebody tell me that I take too long. Okay, so now take the little Rollo patty and throw it in there, flip it over, pour it out like this, and put it right back on the parchment paper. That's how simple these are. I'm going to do that to all 10 of these. You might have 100, however many that you're making. And then I'm going to maybe Christmas a couple of these up. So you can get a little roll on the top of them if you take your extra fork when we're done, and we'll drizzle the top of them if you want a fancy little roll. Otherwise, they'll just be plain like this. So I had these in the fridge. And I'm going to put them back in the fridge until the chocolate completely hardens. Okay, I've got 4 left. I bet my grandma is watching me make these. It's kind of fun to look through their recipes. I mean, my grandma grew up on a very, very poor Indian reservation in South Dakota. Her dad was a teacher in the Rosebud Nation. Extremely poor. So my grandma's mom died when she was 12, and so my grandma basically cooked all the food for her household from age 12 and on. Kind of amazing. So some of the recipes she has are very treasured. So, okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so now I think these are super cute, but I'm going to give them a little bit of jazz with some sprinkles, some Christmas colors. I'm going to actually go light green. I'm just going to do some light green sanding just to give them a little color. There you go. Okay. And I'm going to show you what they look like. I'm going to put them back in the refrigerator until the chocolate's completely hardened on them. Aren't they cute? And then the insides of them are, you're going to have that caramel, the caramely from the Rollo, and you've got the Nilla crackers. And I don't know what else you could do to these to make them any better. I think my grandma would be proud and happy that I shared this recipe with all of you, because I think you're going to love it. I will post the final picture as the thumbnail on the video, and I hope you enjoyed this. Hi, it's Sarah, and welcome to Sarah's Cozy Kitchen. Today we are making a really good, quick, easy, no-bake recipe with peanut butter Chex. And these are called Chex Scotcheroo Clusters. And they're super easy to make. 4 ingredients, well actually 6 with the melted chocolate chips and butterscotch over the top, and you are going to be a hero in your house. But I found these peanut butter Chex in the grocery store, and I thought these would be perfect for this recipe. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing you need to do is have a saucepan on the stove, and we are going to add to the saucepan a 1/2 cup of sugar. This is like a super simple recipe. I'm almost out of sugar. So we want a 1/2 cup of sugar. We want 1 cup of light corn syrup. I'm gonna grab my cup, because this is gonna be, that's my 1/2 cup. And we wanna put this on, we're not gonna boil it. We're just gonna get it warmed up enough that we can pour it over the cereal. So 1 cup of corn syrup. I'm out of this too, but good thing I don't have to make pecan pie tomorrow. I'm making pumpkin. Okay, so 1 cup of the corn syrup. This is like our normal Minnesota famous scotcheroos, but not pressed down into a pan. So you're gonna just love these. My hair's all matted because I just got back from a walk with the dogs. I got little Granny back here. And then 1 cup of peanut butter. So I'm using my handy dandy jar scraper to get the peanut butter out. We want 1 cup of peanut butter. That's probably what I have in here. Okay, so back to what I had. 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, and 1 cup of corn syrup. Going to get this so it's kind of all warmed up and mixed together. I'm going to just scrape the bottom of this. I just love this scraper because I don't get anything on my fingers, which is really nice. Okay, so we'll get that warming up, and while we're doing that, we're going to measure out 6 cups of the peanut butter Chex. This is a brand new for this year. I'm curious to try it. Grab a scissor. Oh, I don't have a scissors there. There's a knife. Everything. There, a knife. Okay, so 6 cups of cereal. So we'll get this ready. There's probably only 6 They make these cereal boxes smaller and smaller. Yep. Nope. Okay. So there is a cup too much in there. So we're gonna have one extra cup. Okay. So 6 cups. And if you don't have peanut butter Chex Mix, you can sure use the other ones. Okay. So we're gonna leave that there. I'm gonna go get my pan to put these on. Okay, we're waiting for this to melt. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. We don't want to boil it, we don't want to simmer it. We just got to get it warmed up so it all mixes together. Okay, it's getting there. Okay, I'm gonna grab my pan. I'm in this really big, thick, heavy sweater because it got super cold here within the last week. So if anybody is curious, I'm from northern Minnesota, so it gets cold up here really fast. I'm gonna go get a different pen out of my pantry, so you just hold on, don't go anywhere. Ooh. Okay, because I need to be able to drop the Chex Mix on a nice big heavy pan. This particular pan, I don't need to use parchment because nothing sticks to it. Okay, so we're getting this warmed up, almost there. I just want to get it so it's mixed together pretty good. Okay, and then, so as soon as this is done and we get these dropped onto the pan, I'm gonna maybe try to use this cookie scoop. Then we're gonna let them cool, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna make the chocolate topping for the Scotcheroos, which is melted chocolate chips and butterscotch chips together, and I'll do that on a different counter over by the microwave and show you the final products. But I'm gonna use a cookie scoop because these are gonna be sticky. Maybe. Might be a smaller cookie scoop. Hold on. I don't know where I put it. This is like normal in my kitchen. Oh, here it is. I'm going to use a larger cookie scoop for these Scotcheroos. So I can link that. Popular. That's popular. This is popular. My vintage Pyrex. This is it's new, but it's a vintage model from. Okay, so this is done because it's all melted together. So we've got our nice, yummy peanut butter mixture. We're gonna pour it right over the cereal. So look at that yummy peanut butter sauce. Put that back over there. We're just gonna lightly mix it together because we don't want to squish the cereal. So just super lightly. Mix that together. Like that. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So normally, if you're making normal Scotcheroos, you would press this into a pan, but we're gonna make clusters because we're gonna put these on cookie trays. So I'm going to just very, very lightly take my cookie scoop like that and just make the clusters. Like that. And we want them mounted because they're a cluster. And I kind of feel like I'm gonna go down a size of a cookie scoop. Be right back. I just think that these might be too big. So I'm gonna go down and use my 4th cup. There, that's better. My 8th cup measuring, that's much better. Because you want them, get them that people will like eat them right off of the cookie tray. They will definitely like set up together like that. It's sticky, so you do have to use your fingers. So out of my baking series so far, this is number 31, the most popular have been the peanut butter balls. I just checked my analytics this morning. Peanut butter balls, the Haystacks, by far the Haystacks. So if you're looking for a really, really good recipe, just search on my YouTube channel for Haystacks. You will find them. These kind of look like a haystack. Okay, I'm gonna make a couple more bigger ones. I like to have a little bit of a variety in the size. So I got some really big ones and some really small ones, some smaller ones. Okay, so they're setting up like that. I'm gonna grab one more cookie sheet. My old one. I had to try them while I was off camera. Okay, so these are looking amazing. All right, so out of this recipe, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, like 18. I'm gonna end up with about 16 of them. Granted, I did do some of them quite a bit bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna let these cool for probably about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna make the frosting. So I'm gonna move my camera over to by the microwave. We're gonna show you how to make the frosting, and then that is all you do. This is a fun recipe for kids and adults and empty nesters like me, my kids are going to get all of this food. Okay, so that's all you do, because this is no bake. And then I will be back in 10 minutes to do the frosting. Okay, these have been sitting for 10 minutes. So now we're gonna make the topping. So the topping is super easy. So you need butterscotch chips and milk chocolate chips, 1 cup of each. And you're gonna put them in a microwave safe bowl. You can use a double boiler. I just have never had any trouble with the microwave, so I always use the microwave. So 1 cup and 1 cup. Now, these are amazing, even without the frosting. So the frosting is going to blow these out of the water. So 30 seconds at a time. Okay, I want to show you these. Look at how good they look. So it's the Rice Krispie Chex. You can use regular Chex if you need to, but look how yummy those are. The bottoms. Oh, they're just amazing. Okay, I'm gonna grab a spoon to stir that. Usually when I'm melting this chocolate, I need 3 times at 30 seconds. So then I give them a stir. Anyway, these are amazing. I don't know how many times I can say that. So if you love peanut butter, corn syrup, well, who doesn't like corn syrup? But you're not probably supposed to have a lot of it. And the topping with the butterscotch chips and the regular chips, like, this is just gonna blow you out of the water. And they're gonna be the most popular person at your cookie party if you take these for the cookie exchange. They're so good. Okay, probably getting there. Yep, it's gonna take 30 more seconds. So I used 2 different size of cookie scoops. So this is the large one. This is the medium. So the 2 tablespoons is the medium one. I would recommend probably the medium one for cookie trays. Or even if you're making them with kids, because these real big ones, like I've got a really nice haystack right here. Look at that. I don't know if I can call these a haystack. Kind of look like a haystack. Okay, check that. Okay, I think we're there. Yep, we are. Okay. It always is 3 minutes, or 3 times at 30 seconds. Always. Okay. Then simply what we're going to do is drizzle this. Actually, I'm going to use a spoon. Oops. I accidentally kicked the dog underneath me. I'm going to use a spoon and go right over the top of the Chex Scotcheroo cluster. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I wish I had 2 cameras so I could show you the close-up of these. Like, oh my gosh. Maybe I'll move my camera so you can see it a little closer. Watch me put these on. I'm going to move the camera a little closer so you can see these. Of getting the chocolate on them. Yum. And then all you'll need to do is set these in a cool spot. So like here, I can put them in our, whoops, I'm really crooked, in our garage because we're in absolute, okay, so you want to maybe just smooth some of them out. This chocolate hardens really well. Oh, and nobody told me I missed one back there. Okay. And I've got my, okay, so this cookie tray is not one that I normally put on video because it's old, but all my other ones are dirty from baking. We got Thanksgiving tomorrow, so I'm in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. These are definitely making the list. Okay, so that was just enough chocolate for these. Look at that. All right, I'm going to finish these off. A few more here. To use up all the chocolate. And these will set up in about 10 minutes. They should be ready to go. Perfect. So look at those. Aren't they look amazing? And I think you're going to love these. And I really want you to subscribe to my channel. And if you love them, leave a comment and interact with my community. And my community is loving these recipes. And I'm making lots of friends doing this too. So I appreciate you watching. And stay tuned for more good stuff. These are amazing. Look at that. Yum. It is day 3 of the Mrs. Claus Holiday Bake Off, and I have really fun Mrs. Claus costumes coming for tomorrow, so you'll want to stay tuned for episode 4. But episode 3, this is a really fun one. It's just a little steppy, but it's just going to be so worth it. So we are going to make Ritz turtles. So you need Ritz crackers, heavy whipping cream, pecans, chopped pecans, milk chocolate morsels, melting wafers, and caramel bits. So now this one, there's 2 steps. So we're gonna do this first step, and then then it has to cool for 45 minutes, and then I'll come back and show you the rest. So the caramel bits, or 24 caramel squares, you need about half of this bag. And 2 tablespoons of whipping cream. And then we're gonna microwave it. Oh, I can never get these open like that. Okay, we're gonna microwave for 30 seconds, these 2 together. And then we're gonna whip it. That was about 2. And then we're gonna whip it for 30 seconds. And then we're gonna get a spoon and whip it up. Okay, and while we're waiting for that, you need to take the Ritz crackers and lay them on a parchment cookie sheet like this. Okay, oh, is my head cutting off? I'm probably not far back enough. Okay, so we want to lay these out with the salt side up, like this. Okay, let's go back to my caramel. Okay, so we want to whip that together, and this is going to turn caramely. Okay, and so then we're going to go another 15 seconds. So we're going to do this 15 seconds at a time until it's completely melted. Okay, so I have my Ritz crackers out like this. This is so much fun for like a cookie tray. Okay, we're gonna whip that together again. Okay, now we're getting caramely. We want to make sure we don't scorch it, but we need it all melted together. So just keep mixing. And I still have a few lumps, but they're melting as I mix this here. Okay, now I'm gonna let this sit, and I'm gonna stir it occasionally for about 5 minutes because I need it to harden back out into caramel. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes. Just keep mixing it. Okay, so I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we let the caramel cool down a little bit. So now on top of all of the Ritz crackers, we're going to place a dollop of caramel on each cracker. And you want it to kind of like stay kind of in the middle of the cracker, so you don't want to go completely overboard on these. This recipe makes a lot of these. So we're just making a dollop in the middle of the cracker, like this. All right, now the next part is we're gonna add a few little pecans in there on top of the cracker. Obviously, you're gonna be making a lot more of these, but for my video purposes, I don't wanna like have you sit here while I'm doing hundreds of these. These are really good for like a platter, for like a cookie exchange. They're just a little different. Okay, so we're gonna put pecans on each one. Okay, now we're gonna put them in the fridge for 45 minutes to set the caramel, and then we'll come back and we'll do the topping. Okay, step 3 for these really cute Ritz turtles is to take them out of the refrigerator. Okay, so they're all set up like that. Nice and gooey. Okay, now I've got my melting wafers, or if you don't have this, you can use chocolate bark. So you need 8 ounces of this. So I'm gonna do about half of the package, and then half a package of milk chocolate morsels. Actually, I think I have some open, so I just need a half. Not enough. We always have chocolate chips open in our house, but not enough. Okay. And a half a bag of that. And I'm gonna microwave for 30 seconds on high. Okay, so then you need a fork and a spoon. This thing cuts my head off, sorry. And then I had a whole bunch of extra caramel left. So this is perfect for caramel apples. If you ever need to make caramel for caramel apples, this is how you do it. Okay. We're coming, we're coming. Okay, then we're gonna mix this up. It's already starting to melt. Okay, 15 more seconds. Grab a washcloth. Okay. These are super fun. I love these. I'm gonna back my camera up so you can see my whole head. This doesn't melt as fast as the caramel did, so I need another 15. I might have to do this 3 times. Sorry for the delay. You can also use this for pretzels, strawberries, all kinds of stuff. Okay, now we got it. So basically what we're trying to do is get it so there's no lumps in the chocolate. Like that. Okay, I need to put I need a spoon rest because this is messy. Okay, let me move the caramel out of the way. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the cracker like this and dip it in the chocolate. That. And then you wanna go like this. And then place it back on the board. So we're gonna just do that. It's kind of steppy, but you're making Christmas cookies. So basically you just keep dipping them in there just like you would strawberries. Hold them up like that. Okay, so you get the whole gist of what we're doing here. These are gonna be absolutely exciting. My husband is gonna be so happy when he gets home. He loves turtles. So basically I'm letting the extra chocolate kind of fall off. I kind of feel like the Disney chocolate maker right at this moment. And I do have enough left to make more. Depending on how thick your chocolate is, you might need to make more of the chocolate topping. Okay, I got 6 left here. Okay, I gotta use my spoon because I'm running out at the end. All right, so you kind of get the point of these. All right, I'm gonna stop there so I don't keep you from watching. That's over. And then you wanna take a couple more pecans, because these are turtles, and just put them on top. Like this. And that's it. So this is what they look like. And we'll put them back in to chill in the refrigerator, and then they will be done. And you can store them. If you want to make these early, I'm gonna finish the rest of these. What I would recommend is put them in the freezer with parchment paper, and then these will freeze for like a really long time. So if you need to make like your Christmas stuff early, because you know, Christmas cookie baking can be really stressful if you're trying to make a whole bunch of them at the same time, and these freeze really good. So all right, well, that's my turtle cookies and Ritz turtles, and that was day 3 of our holiday baking edition, and I hope you enjoyed these.